Conversations with God for Teens, Chapter 11, on success. I feel like I need to be successful at everything. My parents seem to desperately want that. But what is success? Sam, 15, Palm Springs, California. I don't think the Western parents are so appetite like this, so you know, so paranoid about pushing their children so hard for success. It's very rare. There are, but there is very rare. It's in Asia where there's such a thing. They call it tiger parents. Okay, or in the Arabic world, all this place where they think Indian, South Indian, where they think that education is the most important thing for the family and society, so as to show off to the outsiders. Place their children for piano class, for music class, and other extracurricular activities, so as to show off and say that they have a very smart children when intelligence is not formed, it is born. Either you born with it or you don't. It's like just like have organs inside. You either have two kidney, one heart, or you don't. I feel like I need to be successful. So on the answer, if you ask the question of the century, and only you can answer it, Sam. Yet that in itself is an important revelation. Only you can answer the question, Sam. So do not let other people answer the question for you. Don't worry, the Western parents not like it's not pushy like that, overbearing like that. You are talking nonsense. Much of your words works within what could be called in the English language the three P's system, and it is agreed that the biggest measures of success are productivity, popularity, and possession. And in some countries, the three C's, car, credit card, and a condominium. Under the system, the person who does the most things has the most people looking up to them to show off and to be liked by society. It's just like people cannot love you and like you and respect you for what you are and not for what you have. And owns the most stuff. So under the system, the person who does the most things has the most people looking up to them and owns the most stuff wins. Yeah, this is the kind of android mentality or the aliens mentality and the aliens kind of society. You've heard the joke, he who dies with the most toys wins. In the lives of so many members of your species, that's not a joke at all. Hey, hey, stop here, alien. Stop there, Noneki, because you also like this. Is in the Draco society to always want to win, to always want to succeed, to always want to explore, to always want to invade. No wonder you invaded all the galaxies elsewhere. All right. So stop talking nonsense here. Whatever, whether this is dude here, this is Jewish man, or if it's a Draco, he's talking, communicate for Draco, whatever. They too like all that they are showing here. So don't bring the crap here. That's all the Homo sapiens, all the primates here, because that's not true. They already bring this kind of personality and attitude from the Dracos because they have behind many generations behind they have a Draco in them. So productivity. So in the life so many members of your species, that's not a joke at all. And your species of Draco. Productivity, popularity, and possession. Your definitions of success. Yeah, for the Drakes it is. I don't know. It sometimes seems that they should be. It seems as if that's what the world wants. My parents seem to want that too. There's any Asian dude. Like if there's no success, better commit harakiri because they don't want to lose face. So if the society don't accept them because they are not successful, then they will commit harakiri. I know that harakiri is a kind of not losing face suicide, kind of suicide. But there are those who, if they don't succeed because of societal and family peer pressure, they would rather die because they will not be accepted by their society at large and by the family. Lucky for me, I didn't have to deal with such family, such toxic, evil, ugly family, greedy ones. I don't know. It sometimes seems also if you choose this definition, you may have to spend your life attempting to do and have more and more. Money will be very important to you because it will be a measure of how much productivity you have been responsible for and of how many possessions you can acquire and to no small degree how much popularity you achieve. Well, now, come on now. If you talk about kids, teenagers, most of them will like popularity. Not me though. I didn't need popularity. I was always a kind of a loofy girl who like always to be my own kind of cat, something like that, very weird. I don't like so much friends. I like to be on my own to think and to just wonder about my surrounding and study everything around me. But the average teenagers they do worship attentions and popularity. Not all, I'm not saying all, but the majority, yes. Okay, so they need friends, they need the approval. You see, they need approval, they need friendship. So it's very common. So you are dealing with teens and children too. Primary or lower grade children or primary kids also needs attention and friends. All children does. Okay, all children does. So there's nothing wrong about that. You have been responsible for and so money will be very important to you because it will be a measure of how much productivity you have been responsible for and how many possessions you can acquire and to no small degree how much popularity you achieve once you have that. But don't fall for the hit kids because you don't need you wouldn't need somebody to love and like you just because you are the heart of the party, because you are very popular, because you are wanted, or because you have money in prestige. You don't have to accept people like this who are kind of they are those people are very people second intention conditional people who has their self-interest at heart. I think that you wouldn't need those kind of people in your life. You should know that this can lead to endless and insane competition, not only with others, but with yourself. You may feel that you have to show increased productivity to be seen as worthwhile. Yeah, and even at the family outside, you know. So you suffer a lot of pressures from those people around you. And it can be very detrimental because there are different peoples and everybody aims to have different goals. Not everybody, even in the family, has to share the same goals because Each person is an individual, and each person ought to think differently, and and whatever their soul path, their soul mission should be different, and should not um, be expected to be exactly like the others. Nobody has to think like the others. Nobody. That's not something wise to expect. So, if you get C's in school, you'll be pushed to get B's. If you get B's, someone will want you to get A's. If you get two A's, they'll want you to get four. It never stops. It never ends. Always there is the pressure to produce more, more, and more. So instead of it being um, a system based on quality, it's more about quantity than quality. But they see it as they place it into the quality category, nevertheless. So, but doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean because you get C's, you are a stupid person. Much to the contrary, because you have a different mission here. Even if it is not recognized by third parties or outsiders or even your family members, if they don't understand you, but only you know yourself, and only you know what you want for yourself. However, I know it's not easy at um, certain point in time when you are not independent and you cannot get out of boundaries and a bondage with others. So it's not easy, you see. So just hang on there, and then when you can, you just move on with your life. Discard things that is pulling you down and pinning you down and stop you from express your soul purpose and your genuine soul expression, the thing that you came here to do and express. So some parents even reward their children with more and more possessions. If they produce more and more A's, I'm not like that. If I give, even when the children is not, also I would give, because I don't give for second intention. I don't give for interests, second interest. That is so stupid for me, so low class. I don't want to be low class in behavior and attitude. To me, people like this, I don't look twice at them. I don't want even to talk to them. You know, I don't talk. I treat those people like they don't exist to me because they are so low class. If you want to give things because you want something in return, please, I beg you, don't give me. I don't need that. I don't need anything from you. Okay, even if I'm dying, I don't need. I'm that proud. But if I give wholehearted. I just give and I give my back and go away. No need to give anything. It's not necessary. That's stupid. Some parents even reward their children with the more and more possessive they produce more and more race, thereby cementing the link between production, possession, and success. So you're gonna grown up kid, a conditional kid that say, I give you this if you give me this, you know. So the children will grow up to think that life is about a trade, a market. So they will treat everything else like a commerce or a shopping place, a trade. This emphasis on productivity there is on what you are doing rather than what you are being can place incredible strain on both individuals and companies as well as the resources they use, there hasn't seemed to matter to too many companies or people so far. Why would a kid, a 15-year-old kid, ask this question or accept this? I don't think it's a 15-year-old kid saying that, asking this. I don't think so. That's why they have created in today's world merely a modern version of what their ancestors created in the past. If you follow this path, you will opt for quantity rather than quality. See, as a measure of success in your life. They care about quantity because they are greedy rather than quality, and what matters in the end of the day is quality over quantity. And that choice will give you life its meaning. So I think that this one was the main. Sometimes a kid ask a question, but the author will also chip in and then ask his own set of questions from what I have conclude here. Well, I don't care much about how much I produce, but I don't want people to like me, but I do want people to like me. If you imagine that popularity is the definition of success, you will spend your life seeking the approval of others. Exactly. And then tell you what, kid, you'll be highly disappointed and hurt because people will disappoint you. At a time or another, they will disappoint you. Okay, so don't expect anything much from nobody. Be your own hero, your own source, your own savior. The fact that you may lose yourself and your individuality in the process will not matter to you. What remains of you will be popular, and that limited part of you will have achieved what you have chosen to call success between parentheses. Some politicians fall into this category, as do some entertainers. Yeah, all entertainers look like Leo. They crave for attention. But a kind of attention that has no intelligence, no deep metaphysical intelligence into it. Rather, it's a superficial kind of commerce that it looks quite dense. It's entertaining, okay, but depends. Yeah, okay, it's okay for kids because you are still growing, you are still learning, and as you go, you like to entertain yourself, so that's fine. But for the people who already have gone past all this, it looks so superficial. It's like a Gemini. So some politicians fall into this category, as do some entertainers who have given up their real thoughts about things or their real artistry in order to create and hold audience, their audience, correct. And they are never the same. Who goes to the industry, the entertainment industry, you never will be the same. You sell yourself, just like you sell your soul, and you transform yourself, literally wise. So is it not okay to at least want a few nice things? It's okay because you're gonna learn in life. It's okay, but the danger is to reach your 40s, your 50s, and you still stuck on the same goals and the same expectations. That's the danger. But when you're a kid, yeah, you don't need to, hurry up the process. And as I said before, don't force the fruit to ripe be- before time. Deciding objects is a perfectly normal and healthy aspect of life. Exactly. Yet, if you imagine that possessions are the definition of success, you will seek to acquire as many of the good things in life as you can. No, this is not that you want to acquire all these things as you go along as you are young. I would say in your 30s, maybe in the middle 40s, but stop there. If you continue, if continuing in the same path with the same wishes, with the same kind of mentality, past your 45, then there's something very stupid about you. I would even say wrong, but there's something really stupid about you. It's all boils down to stupidity, to me at least. Because there's no more room for this. It's okay for kids. Yeah, kids need to learn. I love to see kids go along in life and have fun. I'm very happy for them. In fact, I kind of I supported them on that. So so possession of definition of success, you seek to acquire as many of the good things in life as you can. The biggest house, the plastic car, the best seats at the ballpark, and you will make sure that others know that you have done so. You will, I know the old saying among your people that the best things in life are free, and you will work hard all your life to obtain enough money to acquire this glittering physical possessions. Then you'll say that your life has been a success. Yeah, I have seen people like this. My 39-year-old Leo Aquarian son think pretty much the same. He's 38. So he will be 38. He's 37 plus. This is a Leo. He thinks about those same. Then the thing is that he influences his boys. He got two boys, age 5 and 8-year-old. And the 80-year-old is already talking about buying Tesla car, Lamborghini. What else? There's another one, I don't know, Buga, something like that. And he is talk about having millions. I say you don't teach your children because he still have a long way to go. You shouldn't be teach children, grade two children these things. Still too early to think about. It's never mind. You need to prepare him for adulthood. Why should you prepare him to be a honest person? Prepare him to be uh, steadfast in his obligations and due towards uh, his friends, society, family, etc., and to himself, and not to amass wealth at this young age. That's stupid. The kid barely came into the world, and you are already teaching him how to be a greedy pig. So that doesn't sound like me. None of this sounds like me. Well, then, Sam, you can decide that there are other measures of success, such as you doing something that makes your heart sing, something that you can get lost in for hours, something that you would do for nothing without ever worrying about how much you are getting paid in return. It's like, just give me a chance to do that. Yeah, go to the old folks home, visit the old folks, visit how to say, a shelter for stray animals. They do need your, oh my god, I don't dare, I myself was there, but I don't dare go there. You why? Because I cannot take all of them for me and take them away from their misery inside that poor cage, um, you know, waving their tail in the hope, cry that someone may take them out of their misery. I don't dare go there, not because I'm cold-hearted, much to the contrary, but because I don't dare to see their pain because I'm gonna feel exactly the same, and I go back home crying. So I don't dare to do that. But if you can help the stray animals, help, go to old folks home, go to the orphanage, do some charitable work as a group. I wish that your teachers would do this, teach you not just to be, civil in a way, in a systematic way, like, go be a Boy Scout, but just go for camping, go for, how to say, how they call that, yeah, camping school, another track field. That's is not all that a child need. You need to be also involved in society. Teach the children to respect the environment, not to litter the the canals, the the gutter hole, the oceans, the sea, the rivers, all that must be kept clean. The street, don't litter the street. I never did that when young, never. I have this civil kind of mentality since I was young. I don't like to litter. I'll hold it into my hands until I get a garbage can and then I'll throw into it rather than filth the place. For me, this is so uncivil, so stupid, so dirty, and like yuck, just like fly leash, dirty. So that doesn't sound like me. None of this sound like me. Well, then, Sam, you can decide that there are other measures of success, such as doing something that makes your heart sing, something that you can get lost on in for hours, something that you would do for nothing without ever worry about how much you are getting paid. It's like, just give me a chance to do that. Yeah, but don't be that stupid hypocrite to teach the kids how to walk for the rich for free. No, that's not what it should be taught here. Rather, work for the habitats for free and for the animals and for the environment and for our forests, okay, for our woods, for our ecosystem, and not for the rich. The rich can go to hell. Yes, now that sounds like me. So how about defining success as doing what you love? My father would say you can't make a living doing that. Well, you are invited to be one of the courageous ones, someone who has chosen to make a life rather than a living. Wow. Well, I don't think that the Western people think like that, not all of them, unless they are a psycho-fanatic, religions fanatic, and they full modoist mentality. Alright, they wouldn't say that. Oh, you need to make a living, not a life. They wouldn't say that because in the Occident, we know that we are more open to the artists. Okay, unlike the East are more into systematics. It's more uh, into people services, into things like give them a lot of capitalism and money. It's all about money, 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 and no artists at all. But they do have their cultural, they won't save their artistic soul for the for their culture, for the cultural purposes alone. That's the truth. So don't talk nonsense here. Maybe you that you are Jew, maybe who knows you are different, but the Christian people like their children to be free and to express this in their soul, be happy, joy, because we're not here forever. Okay, all right? And I don't even believe in reincarnation either. We are not here forever, so don't be so uptight, so like paranoid about one thing. Oh, I must achieve one succeed and man, I must have a fair heart by the age of 18. Oh, dude, you're so dense, so superficial. Come on, smell the roses. Yes, wow, and that's what success should feel like. Success should feel like wow, not whoa. You should be able to say wow is me. But what about the bottom line? Don't I have to find a way to make a profit? Set this aside as a sidekick, a spare tire, but go for your soul purpose. And when you need Get a skill, an education, a skill, and then when you need it, you're gonna use it for you pay your bills and to, live, just live. Remember what I said earlier, profit comes in many forms. But listen, you can go ahead and make the three P's your measure of success. Yet, look to see if it has served the others in your world to do that. See if it has served the others in your world to do that. Has your species benefited from this definition? No. And I don't know anybody who thinks so. Few people in the world agree individually that these are the best measures, but nearly all people in the world have agreed collectively. Herd mentality, you say, you mean high mentality? Have mentality? Oh boy. At the very least, they have acquiesced, which is the same thing. Why do they do that? Why do they agree on things collectively that they disagree on individually? Because not everybody, for intelligence and wisdom's sake, thinks like the norms, the collective, thinks God. And then the so-called outcast, the weirdos, the outcast. So this is what is known as the hard mentality and the high mentality. And the whoa boy, go cow, move cow. It's easier to follow the herd than to move in the opposite direction. The fact that the herd is heading for a cliff is irrelevant. Exactly. The fact that the herd of the animals is heading for a cliff to their destruction is irrelevant if it is even noticed. Can we stop the stampede? Many have tried it, so good luck on your quest to make this transformation because they had not even the pandemics um, made a tremendous difference in the mentality of these herds, except the youth. I'm not talking about children and the youth. Those ones are the one that we should understand because they are still learning about life. Okay, I'm not talking about you teenagers because they're still kids. One or not, they're still kids. But we are talking about the adults. Who are they? Those I would say 27 above, 26 above, yeah, they should, by now, at this age, they should start paving their ways for the 30s. The 30s, when you start to form the foundations to, um, to build your base on the 40s. In the 50s, you're going to use it. Okay, but not some chickies, grannies, and grandpas out there who are still thinking that they are teenagers and they are returning back in time and think they are in their teens or their 20s. They are still looking for XXX and still looking for love and romance at that ripe age when they should think about the intellect in the soul. I said intellect for the 30s and 20s. In your 40s, also you still use intellect. In the 50s, you are still using of half intellect and half wisdom. By 60s, there's no more excuse. For 65, there's no more excuse for you to say that, oh, I'm still so young. I still want to enjoy life. Oh, come on, auntie and uncle. Get down to earth. Do something for the world because you're still regressing in time. You are not growing at all. Okay? You're not growing. We are here to make a difference in this world. And if you at the age 65 above, you still want to play the fool and still wear out play monk business, then how are you gonna teach the young one? Shame on you. So no, and I don't know anybody who thinks so. But yes, but what about the bottom line? Don't I have to find a way to make a profit? Remember what I said, the profit comes in many forms. So what do they do that? Why did so the head mentality? Can we stop the estamperi? Yes, actually you can. That's why it was said at the outset that this book has come to end hopelessness. The first thing you can do is redefine yourselves as individuals. The second thing you can do is redefine yourselves as a society. And the third thing you can do is redefine success. You can give life a new purpose. Correct. What success for the Eastern mentality is all about money. Money, money, money. Every day is a rich man's world. You know, it's all about money. Man above everything. The others below anything else. So that's what I want to do. I want to find a new purpose for life. I want to create a new definition of success. Others in your world have done so. You can too. And if enough of you do, the whole system can be turned upside down. Is this what you want us to do? That's why many people don't like vegans because vegans want to change the world. This guy here is a vegan guy. It's not about horoscope here that I'm talking about, but horoscope also, as anything else, makes part of the metaphysical world, is aquatic world, right? And Virgo is there to give a push. Even we criticize still less than the others, though others the kind of criticism, judgment that doesn't make gives any ground. They do it for pure evil, for pure malice, but not we. We do it for the good of the whole. And I look at this guy here, he's New Donald. And then we have Sadhguru, who he mix up a bit of superstition and other thing. He's also a vegan. He also mix up superstition of the other things. But he's quite smart, I would say. He's technically smart and he do something. He talks about the ecosystem and he teaches about quantic or metaphysical stuffs. And there you have Mother Teresa, who have her own way, given her generation, which is much earlier than ours. So Mother Teresa was in another kind of spectrum. She's more like, fanatic one, but she still did something for the world because we are here to make a difference. So that's why these guys are hated, because the Dracos and the Demiurge, they don't want that. So I would say that we are persecuted, that we are hated, and that this will give us a lot of strength, to keep on going because hatred kind of feed the eyes to become stronger. Because when we are hated, that when we know that we are making movement, that we are shaking the world, we are here for it. So is this what you want us to do? There is nothing that I want you to do. I have no preference in the matter. Your idea that God has something that God wants you to do is what has gotten your species into a lot of trouble. I do not make demands. I make observations. Remember that always. God does not make demands. It's not a pushover. God makes observations. It's not a commandment, rather a covenant of what would be better for us to follow. Okay, but if you don't follow, it's okay also. You have free will. And if you have to um, tell you to forfeit, to not forfeit, then where would this their word, right? Their word, this being's word, they will go. You could call them hypocrite, isn't it? So go along in life, but look at what serves you really to be and do in life. Okay, but for the kids, yeah, you all need assistance, kids. You still need assistance. Okay, but if you make mistake, never mind. It's okay for your age. Just lift up, come out from the ashes, like how to say the thing, the phoenix, and move on. Remove the dust from your knees and move on with your life. You're gonna make it, and those falls will make you stronger than ever. I have created a life as a process by which you may do as you choose to do and experience what you choose to experience. This is what free choice is all about. Out of what you choose to be, do, and have, you decide who you are. This is what you are doing in every moment. I have told you that this over and over, and I will repeat this to you often so that you will always remember it and thus remember who you really are. Now, if it is your choice to turn the system upside down and turn your life around as well, there are ways you can do that. One of those ways is to change your mind about what you think success is. Redefine the meaning of life. Decide that the purpose of life has nothing to do with the three P's. Live your life according to the core concepts of holistic living, or the CCHL, core concepts of holistic living, which the head does want to follow, and then after that complain about the system and complain about dying. First, awareness. And those concepts are first, awareness. Second, honesty and sincerity and honesty. Be honest to yourself and others. This is so beautiful. This something is the best thing that you have, the most worthy thing that you have in life is honesty and sincerity. Honesty towards yourself, honesty toward the others. Have dignity. Third, responsibility. Okay? Awareness, don't walk blind around as you move into life. Honesty means everything that you do because you are honest. Be honest to others. Don't cheat on others. Don't deceive. Don't lie. Three, responsibility. Okay, towards yourself and toward the others, please. What do you mean by holistic living? I mean, live as a whole being. Holistic living is whole person living. It is a body, mind, and spirit living. It's before, now, and after living. It is being completely and authentically all that you choose to be in this moment now. It's being aware of what you are choosing to be. It's being honest about it. And it's being responsible for it. Correct. Correct. Living this way is another definition of success. What is interesting is that very often people who live this way also achieve greater productivity, popularity, and possessions, albeit not really what other people would like to acquire, but that's okay. I mean, minimalism is not that bad. What matters is people be at peace with themselves and be on the place that you like, the country, the place, the city that you like to be. That's the most important thing in your life. And be if your loved ones who respect you, who understands you, who are there for you when you need. That's the most beautiful thing in life, or your friends, whatever. But for some, it's so hard to get, really hard, because many people around is shedding their mask, is shedding their fake face, and they are show their true mask. Even those around us, the hypocrites are shedding their fake face. Trust me on that. They pretend that they want to help you, but in reality, they want to take you to your destruction because they don't like you for some reason, and they have malicious intentions towards you, and they pretend that they want to help you. And if you are not smart to 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 see through those people and notice what their true intention is, you may go to your own distraction because this is what they want for you. Distraction. They are no good people. They are really, some kind of dark forces. And they are around you. They could be your friends, your the so-called family member, relatives, etc. Or even others who claim that they want to help you. Beware of it. What's interesting is that very often people who live this way also achieve greater productivity, popularity, and possessions. But I don't want popularity. That's not necessary. I mean, we just offer the no because it's God's nothing that's play to come here and express ourselves, advise the young ones. But it doesn't mean that we are promising that you're gonna have success the way maybe you want the material success, or that you're gonna have popularity. No, you cannot expect all this when you are in this path. Sometimes when you are in this path, you become very forgotten. You are forgotten and you become aloof, okay? Because you become a lonely wolf. But that's okay. Don't worry because it's better to be alone than in bad company. This just happens automatically. It's a byproduct rather than the end product of the process called your life. Leave it. And that's the end of the chapter 11.